and someone else hasn't, and you try to explain from your heart and your mind what you saw, they'll tell you what they say you saw, even though they weren't there at the time. So it's very frustrating.
I mean, just another question to you, Phil, as well. Do you still have these episodes where they come in, the Greys and...
Oh, yes, I have. I don't go into too much detail because, you know, it's sometimes a little bit strange to explain to people what goes on. But sure, I am aware that there is still contact on a different level. I'm not saying multiple abductions or anything like that, you know, getting taken away every night. It's not like that. It's an infrequent episode, and sometimes you're not to remember them. You know something unusual's happened, but it's almost like it's a screen memory or a memory that's been implanted to cover the said episode. But yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's absolutely fascinating to hear your stories on this, and I would love to hear more in the future as you progress on this. I mean, sort of coming up to the end of the show now. I mean, is there anything else you want to share with the listeners before we go?
Yeah, if anyone's interested in joining us on the 20th of November, contact the website, and that's www.philipkinsella.com. If anyone's interested, or just keep an eye out on the activities that Brenda and I are doing as well.
So no, you do a lot of platform work, Phil, don't you? You travel all around the country.
Yep.
So obviously a lot of people are aware of what you do anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
do people talk to you about this? Are they open up to you when you're out and about and want to know
Oh,
more?
yeah. Yeah, and you'll be surprised because they're more scared about talking about this than they are about their spiritual connections or links. They'll come up to you and say, I've seen a UFO or I've seen a grey, and I don't know who to talk to, but I want to explain this. So you'll be surprised how many people have connected. And the other interesting thing as well, too, I'll say very quickly, is that when Brenda was doing her research and connected with a lot of the American military guys at the base here many years ago, nearly all of them had come in to see her to tell stories of abductions or encounters with UFOs. So, you know, it just goes to show even if those people in the military are having those episodes and encounters as well, too.
Frustrating because they can't talk about it, isn't it? So...
Well, they had Brenda to combine in, and she listened to them.
Brilliant. We're doing wonderful work, and I just really hope in the future that, you know, more and more people become aware of it and it becomes second nature, really. I don't know if you're aware of this. There's a show coming on TV in October in the UK, and the end of September is appearing in America, but it's called The Event. Are you aware of it?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I've heard of it now.
Oh, right. Well, it's an interesting topic because it's about a black American president who basically they revealed to him that there's an underground base somewhere, perhaps Alaska, and there's others there. And I think from reading the synopsis, it seems that he's given the task to, tell the American people about the biggest lie in American history.
It's supposed to be a true story, isn't it?
Yeah.
There is really supposed to be a base under Alaska.
Yeah. So it's interesting, isn't it? It's like, even if perhaps President Obama's not going to do it, there's factions that are trying to, through media, are maybe trying to force him. I mean, that's just one last note I really want to put on this, is that do you feel in the powers that be kind of structure that there is good and bad? Like, there are good people that want to try and get this stuff out?
Yes, I do. Like presidents and, the American presidents especially, I mean, every single one of them, what have they said? That when they get in power, they were going to release all the documentations on UFOs, and I can remember Obama saying that too. That was one of the first things he was going to do. And not one single one of them has done it, except President Kennedy, and he'd actually found the files, hadn't he, to report all of this about UFOs, and what happened to him? He got killed. And Reagan was another one who said he was going to release it, and Carter had already seen a UFO that had come over his house, and they were all told they'd got to be quiet. You see, there's an inter-galaxy government up there that just won't release the stuff, and the presidents are under control of them, so they're not allowed to release it either, even if they say they will.
I mean, it's quite frustrating, but it's really going to be a ground-up approach, isn't it, with people putting pressure?
Well, the ETs have said that if something isn't released by 2012, then they will come more into our skies, so people get used to them, and they'll release it themselves. So people get used to seeing them around and everything, but more and more are coming into our world.
Yeah, but you only got to see the videos of in Mexico. I mean, they see hundreds of craft, don't they? And it's almost common knowledge to the people in Mexico.
Oh yes, right. Jamie, my son, is the investigator of that, those cases, and I think they're doing a wonderful job. You know, and there's only so much time that's left for the people in power. I'll just say also there is a lot of sympathy for those people in the military organizations who have come forward and trying to tell Congress, especially in America, that something's been going on, and they want all this information released. But unfortunately, with anything, you have a higher power of command that takes control and can hush these people, silence them, intimidate them all. If they're a loose cannon, get rid of them.
That's right. Yeah, it is very, very frustrating.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show and talking about your experiences, and please do keep in touch, and we'll continue the story if that's okay.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ian.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.